Hey Aries, welcome to this reading. I hope that you're doing well today. Queen of Swords reversed. So you might be watching this because, well, perhaps you're wanting to hear that there's hope, there's a reason to hold on, but you're kind of at your wit's end. Yeah, Death reversed. We've got Scorpio here. Oh, wow, my goodness, very painful. Three of Swords reversed. And we're not talking something new either. We're talking maybe pain that's built over time or something that's happened that hasn't been resolved. So Three of Swords reversed, Eight of Wands reversed. Should group one stay or go, Spirit? Three of Pentacles. Wow, the Hierophant, Taurus there. Oh my goodness, Four of Wands. Wow. Two of Wands reversed. Okay. And then we have the World in reverse. Oh, sorry. Let me bring you back. Okay, the World in reverse. Eight of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. Do you know what, group one? I think this has been pretty tough. Quite horrible at times even, but I feel there's a change coming. It's not here yet, it's coming. The World in reverse. And I do actually feel Spirit is saying it's going to be a change for the better. And I think maybe that's why, despite feeling fed up, cross, mistreated, disrespected, you know, all of these things, you're still holding space because you know something is shifting here. Three of Pentacles, Hierophant, Four of Wands. I mean, we've got teamwork, commitment, potentially marriage or any kind of higher level commitment here that's seen, recognized by others. We could be signing actual papers. We could be signing some sort of emotional, spiritual, energetic contract together. For some reason, I'm feeling specifically someone signing something around a home, a house, whether it's buying a house with your person, signing a lease, renting somewhere together. Well, I suppose because it's next to the Four of Wands. I could be looking at that though as proposal, engagement, marriage, which it definitely can be, but for some reason it's strongly coming through. I'm literally seeing someone standing in an empty house signing something. So I feel like it might be around a home. And with the Two of Wands reversed, that is a big step into the unknown, stepping into the future, stepping into territory that's unexplored, just going down a new path, doing things a different way. So I do feel, you know, we've got Death reversed, the World reversed. I think, you know, you've got a bit more of this space that you're in, not much longer, and then we get a big shift. So I feel Spirit saying, hold on. You already know, I saw it with that Ace of Swords. If you're feeling like maybe it's not logical, maybe I'm only going to, you know, give this space to grow or hold space for this for like one more month or something like that, a year at the most. You know, the world can be a year sometimes, but I feel like there's something in me that's saying give it a bit more time. I feel that Spirit is agreeing here. What I will say, Queen of Swords reversed, she's not always that pleasant to deal with, but she doesn't become that way for nothing. You know, she's been hurt, she's been disrespected, she's been ignored, lied to, you know, all of those things, some of those things. And then the Three of Swords reversed, that will need addressing, that needs healing. So there does need to be some kind of conversation here. There does need to be resolution. I don't know, maybe your person's got to show change behavior. Maybe there's got to be an apology that comes your way, but something has got to happen to do or to go some way to healing the past here, because this change is fantastic, but I do wonder if the past isn't dealt with, can there be enough trust to sustain this contract, this commitment, this teamwork? Okay, I want to take these three, keep them out. I've already sort of looked at them. You can't see them there. Let's move them across. Okay, so let's see what else. What else is going on here? Yeah, so I do think group one, the message from Spirit, should you stay or go, is stay. And to be honest, I don't feel excited telling you that because I think you already know. So I don't feel like I'm bringing, look, see, you know. And what's that underneath? The Sun in reverse, and then we've got the Three of Cups. So I think, you know, there's some kind of movement forward, maybe even reunion, reconciliation for some of you very soon. So you already know this. This is probably just confirmation for you. Okay, let's see. What else, please, for group one? Yep, Seven of Coins reversed. So you've been holding on for some time. Page of Pentacles, and something new is coming in. Oh my goodness, look, on top of the Hierophant, I do wonder if you might end up having a child with this person. If you already have a child or children, maybe this is moving forward, it like sort of coming back together if you were in a relationship or something like that. Or maybe, you know, you sort of met, had a child unexpectedly or something with them, and this is now your relationship around that situation becoming stronger. But yeah, after a long time, something tangible's coming through. What I will say is I don't think Spirit is saying hold on and you're going to be waiting for 78 years and you'll be tearing your hair out in the meantime. This is something that's turning around pretty soon. As I said, I'm thinking sort of like a month you should notice some changes, at the very most a year for some of you, the World, Ace of Pentacles, but I would expect within that year to be seeing consistent, you know, smaller changes, so you can literally say, okay, I'm making progress here, I'm seeing things change. Okay, what else? Let me look at this Three of Swords, then I'm going to go to the Two of Wands reversed. Three of Swords. Just saw the Queen of Cups reversed, so you might feel like all of your love, emotion, compassion, nurturing was rejected, it wasn't returned. It was sort of, I'm hearing abused. So maybe what I wanted to say was taken for granted. Okay, Three of Swords. So you might even have felt that there have been times with this person you're asking about where they fully understood how much you have cared or loved them, or, you know, how big your feelings were, and maybe they manipulated it, you know, the feelings, and really didn't behave in a high vibrational way or something like that. Okay, let's see, Seven of Cups reversed, we've got the Tower, Scorpio. Yeah, you know, I kind of wanted to see a bit about what's happened, but Spirit's like, well, it doesn't matter because the viewer knows what's happened. It's not going to help them to, you know, delve into that. But what I want, you know, the viewer to know, so what Spirit wants you to know is, look, we've got the ending of confusion, Seven of Cups reversed with the Tower. My goodness, the world, death, the Tower. There is a change coming, and it's soon. The Tower, in terms of timing, talks about now. In this card, when, you know, with this Seven of Cups reversed, we've got the Sun at the top, which is clarity, illusion, clarity, illumination, and also if we think about the Sun card in tarot, it's rebirth, it's growth, it's abundance and happiness. Okay, Two of Wands reversed, let's have a look. Knight of Swords reversed. Six of Pentacles reversed, Nine of Pentacles. I think you've been doing a lot of work on yourself and your life, whether we're talking about visible things that people are seeing in the 3D, maybe it's inner work, maybe it's both, you know, inner work that's now really becoming visible in how you're showing up in the world, and sort of the things around you, but you're showing up as this Nine of Pentacles, and Spirit wants you to know that this change that's coming in, it's not because of something, you know, just divine intervention, or oh, your person's just simply had a change of heart. Spirit wants to say to you, this is also a result of your effort, your hard work, the steps you've taken, listening to your own inner guidance and advice. So really to say, good for you, essentially, and you're being sort of acknowledged here for what you've been doing. Four of Swords, Page of Swords. Yeah, I think maybe you sort of, at one point you were trying to give a lot, trying to really, you know, make yourself a presence in your person's life, and I think you've pulled back. You've really been focusing on yourself, and they have noticed. You may have continued to watch them, you know, from the sidelines, maybe speak to them here and there, but I don't think you've been giving as much as you have in the past. There's something they desperately want to say to you, and I think at this stage they might be even more keen to speak with you than you are to speak with them. Knight of Swords, what is it they want to say? We have missed opportunities. We've got the Page of Wands reversed. Yep, Four of Cups. I didn't see what you were offering, or I saw it, I didn't take it. I was lazy. I thought it would be there forever. Is it, you know, is this offer still here now? Temperance. Can we make up? Can we have peace? I'm sorry. This bird's extending its wing, like reaching a hand out. Sagittarius energy. Could also be regret, you know, I took too long. And look, 2 of Cups in reverse on the back. Okay, so group 1, I feel the answer here is stay. You will be seeing changes basically anywhere from right now, whenever you're finding this reading, which I should have said at the start is timeless, and you know, up to a month, a year at the most. But as I said, if it's a year, it's not going to be in 1 year you see the first change. The changes will be happening between now and then. Okay, so let's have a few oracle messages, see where we go with these. All is well. Good to know. Okay. I'm seeing this card of breathe, and I do think you've been in that space, you know, of resting, whether it's physical resting, resting your body, doing meditation, or doing things that quiet your mind, stilling your emotions, maybe all of those things. Okay. So can we have some messages for group 1, please, Spirit? Passion. Trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and career. Yeah, because there will be a change of events and you will feel this renewed passion. I do also wonder if perhaps for some of you with that 9 of Pentacles, you have been passionately involved in your career, and that's, you know, pulled you back a bit energetically from this connection, given your person space to feel that and miss you. And they're like, hey, I remember when group 1 was really passionate about me, and I'm kind of jealous of this, you know, other thing or situation they're passionate about. I want that back. So that's been good for them actually to feel that and see that. Okay. You know, like your love, attention, compassion, passion is not a given. It's something you were doing by choice, and they should maybe be a bit more appreciative of that. But definitely not exploit it and manipulate it if they did in the past. Okay, anything else from this deck, please, for group 1? Maybe not. Okay, here we go. We have angel therapy. Give your cares and worries to us angels and allow us to take your burdens. Okay, and I know this is obviously an angel deck, but they don't all say this, and we do have the angel that I picked up as one of your options here to choose by. So yeah, some of you might work specifically with your guardian angels, with maybe one particular archangel, but yeah, this is saying we're here, remember us, you have to call us in, we're not going to interfere, but if you do invite us, we will turn up, you know, to help support you with whatever you're asking for. And Archangel Raphael, is Archangel Raphael the archangel, let me see, who's connected to the heart space? I always get confused. Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael. One's the throat, one's the heart. Let me see. I know there are some of you that are shouting right now at the camera, like, well, obviously. I want to say it's Archangel Raphael that's connected to the heart space, healing of the heart. The reason I'm so interested is because of this 3 of Swords reverse, Queen of Swords reverse. Queen of Swords reversed, as I said, you know, she's not that way just because it's fun. She's that way because she's been through a lot of pain, and she's not had any acknowledgement or any apologies or anything like that. I'm still checking. Oh, I want to be sure before I just leave it at that. Oh my goodness, you know what? No one cares about me sitting here and researching. So I think Archangel Raphael is connected to the heart space, but you know, just double check if you want to work with him on doing some heart healing here. So yeah, I'm not going to say 100%, but I feel like 90% of me is sure. Right, okay. Let me pull, I'm just going to get one from this deck. So this is the Moonology deck. Let's see. Okay, one final message please for group one. Should they stay or go? Let's see. The energy is gaining momentum. Yes, exactly. We're moving somewhere now. There's some change coming. Oh my god, that looks very blue on the camera. It's very purple, actually. Oh look, I think you can see it when I do that. Yeah. Okay, so the energy is gaining momentum. Good. If this has felt stuck, stagnant, there is change coming. So group one, I feel this is very clearly a stay message. So thank you so much for watching. I hope it resonated. I feel like for many of you it will have just confirmed, and it will have resonated with that Ace of Swords that kept coming through. So hopefully then it's just nice confirmation. So I'm going to move over now to group two. Hi group two. Okay, so you chose the green crystal and the round deck. So let's have a look and see. Should you stay or should you go? Should you hold space or should you leave this behind you and move on? Okay. Whoa. Okay, we have strength in reverse. So spirit group two, should they stay or go? Hold space or move on? We have the Seven of Wands, Queen of Pentacles reversed, the Ten of Cups, we have the Nine of Cups, we have the Star, Aquarius there, we've got Leo as well. We have Temperance, Sagittarius. I know we don't have anything here, well, Queen of Pentacles I suppose, but I'm, nothing really overt like a Hierophant or something like that, but I am thinking of Taurus as well. Okay, and then we have the Chariot, Cancer. What's on the back? The Page of Wands in the reverse. Okay. This is definitely the complicated group, as in the answer doesn't seem to be like yes or no, stay or move on. I will say, I'm just going to say it from the beginning so you know where we're going with this, and if it's not your group you know, but I think the message here might be go, move on, for now at least. And I say for now because this is where it gets complicated. The Star, Nine of Cups, Ten of Cups, even Temperance, there is something about this connection that's very divinely guided, and I don't think even if you were to go, turn around, move away, that it would end, if you see what I mean. There's something energetic going on. There's something happening that's resonating deeply with you and your person, and I feel that one of you, perhaps your person here, because you're the one asking, should I just give this up and move on? You're probably feeling a bit tired, but so I'm going to say it's your person, but it's like this connection is asking them to raise their vibration. Strength overcomes the devil. Strength is reversed. So there's some of this and I think I saw the devil when I was shuffling actually, with the Nine of Cups as well. I don't know if it's overindulgence, behavior of avoidance, but there's some kind of habit, belief, way of showing up in life that I feel through this connection your person is being asked to transform, to leave that behind, to grow and ascend, and they're having a bit of a difficult time. I don't know if this is their earlier on in this journey or if it's such embedded behavior. It's not easy to make the change and they're resisting it, but they're being encouraged to go from a lower vibration into a healing higher vibration with the Star. So it's kind of difficult on the surface then, because I feel like they're not ready to give what you're looking for. So I feel Spirit saying for now, this process cannot be avoided, it can't be rushed, so your time is going to be better spent on other things. However, there will be a point where they have raised their vibration, and then we have a chance for this Ten of Cups here, but it's just not in this exact moment. So that's what I mean. Even if you go, even if you move on, even if you never, well not never, but even if you don't actively plan to invest in this situation, person, speak to them, or whatever this is, I do think this will come back around. I think it's just more a matter of where this connection is at this time. And I do think you are in a higher vibration than your person, and they've got to rise up to meet you. And they're not being encouraged to do this just to be with you. It's also for them, for their own good, because I don't think they're enjoying their life particularly, or every aspect of it, or feeling so great about themselves. They might even have a particular crutch that they need to get through the day, or that they need at the end of the day to unwind. You know, 9 of Cups, strength reversed. It could even be like, I can't resist having that bottle of wine. I can't resist having that extra beer when I know I've probably had enough, or I can't resist zoning out to something on Netflix when I should probably be facing such and such, or dealing with such and such. You know, it's like, I cannot resist that temptation. And look how they're resisting the star. The star, we know, is healing. It's shining the light. It's saying, come this way, trust, have faith. The journey might not be clear, it might not even be easy at all times. And they're like, no, absolutely not. No, thank you. And this person's all dressed in green, so I feel the reason here is fear, emotional fear of what will it mean if I reach for this. Will I get to a certain height and fall and look a fool and wish I hadn't have bothered? You know, I don't know what's being asked of me, and I'm scared, I don't want to. So you may have felt resistance in one way or another from this person. There might have been times where they've seemed warm, open, they've come forward, they've been jovial, and you're like, yes, we're going somewhere. Queen of Pentacles, commitment. No, doesn't happen. Then they drop off, because that's where they're being asked to grow, ascend, to have more faith, and it's difficult right now for them. Temperance, as I said, I feel also you're being asked to go or to focus on other things right now, because the divine is saying, we've got this. There's nothing for you to do here. In fact, if you stay involved at this point, you might feel, you know, taken a bit advantage of by your person. Like, they're not really respecting you. They're being a bit silly. They're not giving you what you're worth. And it's not because you're not worth that, or that they don't even see you're worth that. For example, commitment, they haven't got it in them, you know? So it's like the angel spirit, their higher selves, are saying, let us, you know, do our work for now. Then we've got the 10 of Cups and the Chariot. So I'm going to read this two ways, because I think both are applicable. I think right now, Spirit's saying, you get in the Chariot and go in the direction of your happiness, 10 of Cups. And it doesn't even mean you have to find someone else. It could just mean painting makes you incredibly happy, studying something new, working out, I don't know, your job makes you very happy, family, friends, whatever it is, you know, fill those cups with other things. You know, you keep searching for happiness, because you coming down to this person's vibration and being stressed, defensive, all of that isn't going to help them do their work, which they need to be able to offer more here, which both of you actually want. And the other way I'm reading this is that once this person has pushed through this fear, they're not so defensive. Maybe they've even done some heart chakra healing. They will be in a better space to have this 10 of Cups with you, to embrace it, to trust it, to even be on the vibration, to see it, to notice it. Okay, so let's get some more information here. Let's see with this Strength 9 of Cups. That feels pretty big. It feels like something that's, I'm not saying the devil, but it's verging on a need, an addiction. Maybe it was an addiction and they are already in the process of moving beyond this. But it's like it's a hollow temporary fix. I mean, this guy looks, I don't know how he looks, to be honest, but he doesn't exactly look happy. And these cups, you know, are sort of going around his head like it's a continual cycle. So Strength 9 of Cups, let's see. Yeah, look, 3 of Cups. It doesn't have to be going out and drinking. It definitely could be, but it's definitely some kind of in the moment enjoyable behavior that they might regret the next day because they've got a hangover, or they've got less money than they had, or whatever the problem was they were avoiding is still there. Okay, yeah, so right, let's move on to this Star card. Let's do Star and the Temperance card. Six of Swords reversed. So one thing that your person's being guided to do is go back and revisit something that's painful, something that's difficult, something that shaped who they are, how they act at this point, but it's not beneficial to them, something they'd rather avoid, ignore from the past here, and they are resisting that. It's almost like, no, that's very painful. Don't you know that I've been trying to ignore that this ever happened since it's happened? Why would I actively choose to go and deal with it and face it? Four of Wands, and we have the Page of Pentacles. So of course it could be something that happened when they were a child, something that happened to do with the family home, or like a pivotal structure. It could have been school even, you know, kids spend a lot of time there. Maybe Four of Wands, where do people spend time? Maybe like some kind of organization, whether it's like some hobby or religious studies or whatever it is people do, you know, but something when they were young, and forming ideas about how the world outside of them treats them, sees them, what the world expects of them, how they show up in the world. Because Pentacles, you know, we're building concepts about things outside of ourselves. You know, we're no longer in that baby phase of, if I scream I get attention and it's all about me, you know. I mean, hopefully if someone's not had an awful experience as a baby, they feel that way. But as we get older, we start to realize, oh, there are other people in the world and I have to interact with them, and it's more of a balance and that sort of thing. So something has impacted them as they were forming ideas about the world around them, structures around them, and it wasn't good because they don't want to think about it, they don't want to face it. So now obviously this connection, very high vibrational, very divinely guided, comes into their life, offering incredible amounts of happiness that honestly I don't think they've experienced before in, you know, romantic connections, or any connection or any other area in life. They don't know how to take it, they don't know what to do with it. You know, this sort of connection requires commitment to showing up, to putting in effort, time, and they're like, excuse me, what? That doesn't fit in with my ideas about how I see the world. I don't understand how to do this, so I'm just gonna, you know, distract myself with people, friends, whatever I'm doing. For some of you, there could have been, you know, third parties. Now, don't be alarmed if this would be something you know about. This behavior is very transparent, it's very on the surface. So if you know your person's kind of just sleeping around or dating other people, then it's not a surprise. But it doesn't have to be that. It could be, as I said, any kind of avoidant behavior. So let's have a look at this Ten of Cups with the Chariot. Anything for this Ten of Cups with the Chariot, please? We have the Magician, but it's reversed, Gemini energy. So yeah, I mean, we can see how much power, how much potential there is, how transformative this connection is. I'm sure it has been for you as well. I would assume, though, as you seem to be in higher vibration, that you've been able to accept the challenges or the prompts, the nudges that have come through from Spirit, even if they haven't been easy, and you might have done a better job of facing them than your person has at this point. The Magician, the master, you know, transmuter of things. So this connection, specifically on your person's side, is going through a kind of transmutation at this time, and I don't think there's anything that you can or need to be doing right now. So that's the advice, you know, to go focus on other things that make you happy at this point. But you know, the Magician, manifesting anything and everything that we desire with the Ten of Cups and the Chariot, there's going to be a point where this changes. If your person can really face their fear here and move forward, and this will be like some sort of, you know, unstoppable connection where you're both on this shared divine mission, whatever that looks like. Even if it's just you both being in sync and moving through the world is very inspiring to people, you know, whatever it is, it's very powerful. But I just feel like it's about timing. The time right now is for them to grow, heal, evolve, and for you to, you know, double down with things that are already around you and make you very, very happy, or things you want to explore that will make you happy, and just giving them some time, really, and pulling yourself back, doing a bit of self-protection so you're not getting tangled up in this defensive energy they've got going on, which, you know, could feel very personal, like, oh, they're rejecting me, you know, that sort of thing. Okay, so Let's get some archangel messages. Wherever you go, whatever you're doing, whatever changes you make, this connection will find you again. Because if you think of the star like the North Star, you know, you can always see it. It doesn't matter where you are, what you've been doing. And I do feel with temperance as well, you will be realigned here with this person. So you don't need to worry about, well, what if I make this change in life or that change, or, you know, what if I even move country? You know, surely that's going to end this connection. I just don't think so. Okay, so messages please for my viewer. We have, take back your power. Use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. So if you've been the magician trying to manifest here, it's not that it's not working, it's just that maybe it's not the right time. So maybe all of that intention's being stored up for a later date, and the message here is become the magician again. Take back that power that you've been channeling here, and give it to some other areas right now. Counselor. You are a natural counsellor and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. I always read this card though because of the image as Spirit saying you have counsellors, you have a support team in the divine. So, you know, remember to call on us, remember to remember we're here, remember we can help, you know, invite us in, let us know what you're needing at this time. Especially if in this connection you've been very empathetic and patient, and this person has sort of come to you a lot with their problems, and you've taken their problems and just sort of carried them around, you know, and it hasn't gone both ways. Okay, so let's finish up with the Moonology card. Final message please for group 2. I'm hearing some of you feel that you've literally poured almost like your blood, your soul into this. So yeah, if that's the case, it's definitely time to take back some power and channel that into yourself, and just maybe give yourself a bit of a break from this for now. And that doesn't have to look any kind of way, you know, that's very personal and individual. What feels like, okay, I'm taking a break from this connection for one person will feel very different for another. So you know, take that in whatever way it means to you, or however does that make sense? Oh, you know what I mean. Okay, let's get this card and see. Nothing is yet set in stone. Mutable moon. So things can change, things will change, they are changing. But yeah, I mean, look at this sea, it's up and down, it's crazy, there's a lot going on. Nothing is yet set in stone. Okay, so there is change happening as we speak, and I just think your best bet right now is to almost sort of steer clear, really, of your person, you know. Wait, nope, that sounded really bad, really wrong. That's not what I meant. Steer clear of maybe getting too involved, too invested at this time in this connection, because your person is going through a lot, and I think sometimes you might feel it's almost like they lash out or you get backlash, and it's not even about you, but it's still wounding, you know, it's still hurtful, still painful. So if I have to say stay or go, I'm